So, you're stuck with IDs, you're stuck without IDs even, but you want to have IDs, and how do you do this? And I have unlocked something very interesting. Buying things unlock IDs. So, today we're going to talk about that. But first, what do I mean by buying things unlock IDs? Well, for example, big example, you're going to understand thing. I am 24 years old. Okay. I didn't do much in life, but I want to achieve things. Okay, I want to achieve things. And to achieve things, well, I need IDs. Okay. And something very cool I did and very stupid I did is at 24 years old, and I know some people have done crazier things, but I forced me to live a certain way. Okay, I'm still living with my parents, so I cannot do whatever the fuck I want, how I want, and there's good things and bad things, but that's for another story. But the main story here is this. To force me to have IDs and to achieve things, what I did is I bought a car. And I'm in one of those lifestyle videos that we're going to make, because we're going to make lifestyle videos. I'm going to show you the car and I'm going to explain to you why I bought the car. So the goal with the car, I had multiple IDs with the goal with the car. First is working with a brand. Because working with a brand gives you money. And gives you also credibility. Credit. Okay? Next thing is this. Motivate me. It tries to motivate me. Motivation. Because, and it's not much. I can tell you how much it's gonna cost me. It's not gonna cost me a crazy amount of money. Okay, I bought a $27,000 car. Okay, it's no Ferrari, it's no Porsche, blah blah blah. Okay, but it's the most expensive car I've ever bought. Coming from a $10,000 car, this is a pretty big leap. I can technically buy twice the car I have now. Still now, because at the moment we speak, I don't have the car because it's brand new. Stupid, but brand new. Okay, so how does it motivate me? Well, it will motivate me because to get IDs, because, well, to be able to make more money, I need IDs to make more money. Logic, right? Because it's gonna take the car is gonna take a payment minus XX euro from a bank account. Okay, and if it wants to keep the lifestyle I have now, which is not crazy, but I have a certain lifestyle that I want to keep, I need to make at least plus XX money, right? This is logic. This is just logic. So there is a difference between bad and good things you can buy. Okay. The bad thing you buy, let's take the car example. You can buy a car that's $30,000. The good idea is taking the car that's $30,000. Where when someone tells you, yeah, but you can max out to $70,000, 7,000 euros, and that's when you maxed out. Because let's say, I'm giving something out of my ass, okay? That car at the end of the day costs you, let's say, $300 euros a month, okay? This one is gonna cost you 700 a month, okay? But let's say you have your, you have your rent, you have your electricity, you have hobbies, you have everything, you have your life, okay? And you're making 2K a month, okay? It's easier to say, okay, I need to make plus 300 per month so I can keep the same lifestyle, than to say, okay, I need to make 7. It's more extreme, 100%. It will be more extreme to drive you, 100%. I agree that the 700 is going to be more extreme to push you, but this 300 for most people is going to be already a big step, because going, let's say, from 2 to 2.3 is already something if you look at the Belgian market, for example. This is very much the idea. So buying expensive things, so what I mean by good and bad, the good thing is it motivates you, because it's just like a little up on your lifestyle needs, and here that's where it's going to crush you, because it's too much. Now, some people need to be crushed to work and to be successful. That's not my case. If I'm crushed, well, I'm crushed. So I need to, if I can control this, I will need to control it step by step. Okay, that's why. So now, let's say the car is going to cost me $300 a month, 300 euros a month. Okay. I need to make 300 euros more. And I can get IDs pretty easily because, oh yeah, 300, that's not that much actually, if you look at the big picture of things. So you're like, okay, how can I do this? And then you get the IDs, you can work them out, blah, blah, blah. Now, some people will say, a car, that's stupid. Okay, fine. So for you, a car is stupid. Maybe you prefer to buy the latest iPhone to motivate you. You know, say, okay, I bought a 1.2K phone, you know, iPhone, and I want to make 1.2K more a year, so I can afford the next one next year. That's gonna cost even at least that. Okay, if you want to change your phones every year. That's pretty much the blueprint of how I work, how I decided to work. And that's why, for example, that's a system I built where like, okay, let's say I have that car that costs me so much money a month. Okay, that's cool. I need to make the same money. I need to make the same exact XX upwards to be able to achieve the same lifestyle. Okay, cool. Now you have that motivation, and I have put myself a timeline where I'm like, okay, I have so much time to be able to make that XX amount more per month. And that's the minimum. I say, okay, let's say the car costs me $300, 300 euros a month. And I'm going to say, okay, I need by 2026, I need to have made that amount upwards. That's how I work. And that's the minimal. Now the thing is that you can say, okay, yeah, but if I need to make 1,000 more, okay, once I make 1,000 more, when I'm okay with it, I'm good. I don't need to work anymore, or upward. But it's gonna have your brain rewired, because the problem is this is the thing. It's gonna have your brain rewired. That's what I've seen with a lot of people working that way. It's gonna have their brain rewired because like, oh yeah, I made 1K plus 1K, okay? What if I can make 2? What if I can make 3? What if I can make 4? What can I make 5? Blah, 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 and go on and on and on. That's the difference. Because you have that one thing, that car, that iPhone, that watch, that TV, that snake, for a snake can be also a thing, the snake, that camera, that thing, when you're like, okay, I need to be able to buy that thing every single year, so I need to make so much more. Okay, and then you work hard, you're gonna work to make so much more. Once you have worked to make so much more, you're gonna be like, let's say the camera is 1,000 euros, and you're like, okay, I need to make 1,000 euros more, so next year I can buy the next one. Don't do that, but you get the idea. So I can repay myself, basically. I need to make $1,000 more this year because, so I repay myself the camera, let's say. But then you'll be like, but that camera actually, that one there is 2,000 and I want it. So you're gonna buy the $2,000 camera, 2,000 euro camera, and you'll be like, now I need to make $2,000 more. Or not gonna buy it, and you'll be like, okay, I need to make it so I can buy it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that's basically the motivation behind it. The motivation behind that is just pretty simple, pretty easy to do. It's easy. Now the thing, it's easy in the brain. Again, I understand that. It's easy in the brain. Easy. Okay. And it's more difficult in real life. And that's true. And you're correct if you want to say it. That's correct. That's 100% correct. Now, this is where, if you don't achieve that goal, if you don't achieve it, you don't need to blame and say, fuck me, I'm a bastard, I'm not blah, 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 and turn down on yourself. No, don't look down. don't look down on yourself if you don't achieve it. No, it should be like, fuck, this year I didn't make it. You know what? Next year I'm gonna double it. And it should motivate you even more. That's what I think, because that's what has me going for the last 3 years. I was like, I didn't make money. I made money on YouTube this year. Now fuck it, I don't do it. Then I'm like, okay, you know what? My snakes are gonna lay eggs. I'm gonna make money off those snakes laying eggs. I'm gonna make $2,000 because that's what I had. $2,000 worth of snake. I'm gonna sell this for. And this year I'm like, fuck, I made only $500 of this. And you know what? This year I have $6,000 worth of snake. I'm just saying the number around like that just to throw numbers. You know what? I'm gonna sell at least $6,000 worth of snake just so I can repay myself. And at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure I'm not have that $6,000 mark done, but at least maybe I have 3,000 done. And I'll be like, yo, you know what? I crushed it. I made 2,000. And you need to go. This whole thing, in conclusion, this whole thing should be an upward cycle. It should be a spiral that will get you up and not something that will bring you down and crush you. That's pretty much what I think it should do to you. That was a long video again, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next one, because the next one I think is going to also be a pretty good and pretty interesting idea for most people. Not for everyone, but for most people at least.